Right, so good evening, everybody. Once again, good evening. I hope you had a nice day. So I'm here to answer some of your questions. I asked a question in our different groups today. If there is anything you want me to help you guys with, as regards forex trading and as regards trading the prop firms also, and I got several suggestions from different people. So the suggestions I got, there are about 12 of them. And I plan to treat each and every one of them within the next 5 days, starting from today. So I don't know how, I'm just hoping that it's going to span those 5 days. Maybe except there are other questions or other things that we need to buttress, but I just feel like probably we can exhaust those questions, those challenges, we can exhaust them within 3 days, probably. So it's just, for now, it's just, tentatively, we have 5 days to solve them. So 1 hour each day. And today is our first day. And like I said, it's a webinar. And I have decided to title it How to Trade in the Forex Market, How to Trade in the Forex Market. So we're going to be touching on different topics like you guys have suggested. And okay. So the first part is that I'm going to be introducing myself, then we're going to answer the question, can you depend on trading in the early days? So the first part of this webinar is, these are the 4 questions we're going to be answering. Actually 3 questions. So I'm going to be introducing myself and we're going to answer the question, can we depend on trading in the early days? Then how to plan your trade and trade your plan. And then which is better, trading your personal funds or trading a prop account. Okay. So for those who are just joining us, you are welcome. The attendance is scanty and majority of the people voted to have this class by 9 p.m. Personally, I actually preferred 8 to 9 p.m. But um, I wanted people to have a say in the time that best works for them. Okay, so I don't intend to go beyond the 1 hour that has been scheduled for this webinar. So please, I will need your rapt attention. If you want to ask any questions, I think you can use that emoji of raising up your hand. I don't know if, I know it's present on Google Meet, but I don't know if raising up your hand is present on Zoom. Okay, so I think we should start. Ready? Okay, so so part 1, this is what we are going to be treating, and in part 2, we are going to be treating the psychology for day traders to avoid over trading. What psychologies do day traders need to adopt? What kind of mindset do they need to have to avoid over trading, right? And then the next thing is how to systematically get out of drawdowns. Drawdowns they are things that you can't do without. You have account drawdowns, you can't deal without drawdowns in the Forex market. How do you get out of drawdowns when you have them, right? What are the things you are supposed to do? Then we talk about risk management. And then we talk about scaling up profits on your funded or prop accounts. Like, how do you scale up profits? How do you, is it that you enter more trades? Is it that you manage the existing trades and all. How do you scale profits? Then part 3 of this course is going to be focused on marking out the point of interest and liquidity. Then we're going to be recommending the best prop firms you can use. I'm going to recommend the best brokers and the requirements for KYC. And then how to trade a prop firm from purchase to funded and then to withdraw. Okay. And so let's go into part 1 of today's class, right, of this webinar. Part 1. First of all, introduction. My name is Oyesola. You can call me Yomi, okay? And I am a professional forex trader, okay? Of course, nobody assigns me the profession. I didn't get a certificate from anywhere, but when you know that, okay, this is what you do for a living, when you know the expertise, the kind of expertise you have in the market, it just tends to believe that you just tend to redefine yourself and know that, okay, there's no gainsaying about this. I am indeed a professional trader, okay, amongst many things anyway. So, and I've been trading for the past, let me say I've been trading actively for the past 2 years, although my first entrance into trading was 2018, right, during my service year. So that was the first time I ever traded. And that was the first time I learned about trading and I ever traded, and it was, at first it was a roller coaster ride. And then, but now I would say that things are beginning to take shape. Okay. Of course, it's not like I don't have mistakes. I make mistakes here and there sometimes, but I just know that, okay, things have improved than the way they used to be. And like I shared with you during our PYP bootcamp training in January, I said that I have a desire to help traders, to shorten the time that it requires for a newbie trader to get funded, right? So that's what I'm trying to do. And yes, of course, you know that this webinar is free. Okay, so it's free. And at the end of this webinar, I actually want to achieve something. I have created some courses for newbie traders. I know most people that are going to be joining these webinars, they don't, they are not newbies. They have experience, different experiences in trading. Okay, but there are some people that they want to come into trading for a start, and they need assistance. They need all the help that they need, and they can use all the help that is required. And I have some courses for them that they might want to take advantage of. Okay, so we'll talk more on that by the end of this course, really. So I think we should get into the nitty-gritty of today's class. So can you depend on trading in the early days? Can you depend on trading? So I said the answer is yes and no. Okay. So before I continue, I would like to know if there's anyone following me. I don't want to be the only one talking. And I would like the class to be as interactive as possible. But I understand that people will be with their families and maybe there might be background noises. And this class is being recorded. So I won't like those who are going to be listening to this in the future, or watching this in the future to feel destabilized whenever they are listening. Okay, so let's okay. So please, you can unmute yourselves. Are you following me? Are you getting what I'm saying? I also want one word response from everyone so that I can know that we're on the
Yes, of
same.
course.
All
Yes,
right.
we're following.
Okay, that's nice. Okay.
Yeah, we're following you, sir.
All right, thank you. All right. So can you depend on trading in the early days? The answer is yes and no. It all depends on who you are. It depends on who you are. So can you depend on trading personally as a newbie what's your experience with trading? You know, what's your experience with trading? How and okay, and then how do you define early days? It depends on how you define your early days. What is the duration of your early days, right? You know, I said when I was introducing myself, I said my first introduction to forex trading was 2018, and of course, I was a core member serving in the city of Jos, Plateau State. And at that time, really, yeah, the reason I decided to learn forex was because I wanted to find another means of income, right? I did not even think, I was not even thinking like that forex is something that is that big, you know. I just felt like, okay, I want to find another means of income. And I paid some money, you know. In fact, my first deposit was it was blown away. The first money I traded personally, then the money I gave to my mentor to help me trade, you know, everything went off, you know, at that time. And you know, those were my early days. So obviously, personally for me, I could not depend on trading in the early days. I couldn't depend on it. And you know, after some time, I think when it was 2020, I decided to, okay, 2020, I resumed trading. So I traded a bit. Um, I think I opened like three different accounts at different times actually. So I blew those accounts, small amount of money anyway, but regardless, it was a big money for me then because I had just started my career more before I used to be um a, co- a an ICT instructor working for a what do they call them now? For a computer learning computer institute. Sure. So I was teaching them at that time. And so that was my main job. And trading was still like a side hustle to me, right? So obviously I wasn't depending on trading, but of course I was looking for a big break with trading. I wanted to make sure that okay, I could confidently say that this is my source of livelihood, right? So it all depends on the trader. If you can defer, if you can depend on trading, it all depends on the kind of trader you are. So how will you what's the duration of your early days? So, you know, judging by everything I've said, I think you can say that my early days were maybe the first 4 years of my trading career. Of course, it was quite inconsistent. 2018 was the year I was introduced to Forex. And after my first money was blown, you know, I just took a step back. I was just job hunting and everything at that time. So before I came back to Forex again, was like 2020. I did it a bit. Then I blew my 3 year accounts. Then again, I stopped until 2022 when I resumed learning. That was when I started learning how to trade properly. You know, I registered um, with an instructor, with a mentor who taught me and a few other people how to trade, right? And I learned the integrity, the nitty-gritty of trading, the, you know, everything that imaginable about trading. I learned it from that man. His name is Mr. Matthew, and he was a very good tutor of Forex. As at 2022, he already had I think about 19 years experience in trading. So he had been trading since 2003. You know, he has lost money, he has bounced back, he has built wealth for people, you know, and it's just, so those are the kind of people that you want that you want to learn trading from. So Mr. Matthew really has a profound impact on my life, you know, and I will say that my real early days for trading was 2022, and you know, it was when I started learning. It was more like demo trading, really. I was doing I think the first 2 months. So he asked us to demo trade. I know a lot of forex traders will tell you that demo trading is not real trading. Yeah, they are correct to a large extent, but because of the kind of tutor that I have, I just know that okay, I needed to. He told me that he told us to demo trade at that time, and then we were submitting or accountable to him. How is our trading going and everything? Demo trading, you can also blow up a demo a demo account. Of course, I know that okay, people can hide money, but if you are not going to deceive yourself, you have to be responsible with trading. So if it teaches us something new, right? He expects us to practice it in our demo trading and then to execute it. So and it was fun, it was day of great beginnings. And truly there's a difference between demo trading and trading a real account. So it was after about 3 months of trading, of learning how to trade, that was when I funded my first account, at this time again. So, and I think it was about is it $100? I think it was about $100 account then. And within the first 2 days, I almost blew it up. Like I already lost like 60% of that account. And the man was not happy. And because I respect him so much, he asked me to stop trading at that time. So I respected him so much. And he asked me to find more money and add to it. So I had to find another $50 and add to that account. And I promised him that I was going to trade according to the rule that day, that time. And immediately I made that promise. I think about a month or two after, sorry, within a month, I had already doubled my account. Like again, I tripled, like for the next 3 or 4 months, I was like I had quadrupled my accounts, like I had times four the account, and that I was still relatively new at that time to trading. And it was a great fit for me. I felt special about it. It felt nice. He was proud also. And he recommended me highly to the person that paid um for my teaching at that time. You know, and it was a fun time really. It's days that are memorable. So those were my early days really, and I would say that my own early days was more like a year, right? And it was after that time, it was 2023 that I decided to resign my job. That was July 2023. I started trading, proper. I started trading proper. That was August 2022. And by July 2023, I had resigned my job, right, to focus exclusively on trading. And trading is my primary source of income this day. You know, it's I have not picked up any other job, since that time. And yeah, God has been good. So for you, you might not be like me. You might not have um, a tutor like I do. And even if you have a tutor, the rate of assimilation, the effort we put into things might be different, right? They are different from one another. So it's always very important for you as a trader to define what your holiday is. Can you depend on trading in those times? In 2022, I couldn't depend on trading. I told you that I almost blew up like 60% of my account. The first real account that I was trading by myself, I almost blew it up, you know, and I had to come back, and and so like I said, trading is all encompassing. It entails raising capital. It entails managing your emotions, sharpening your skill, managing risk, being patient, avoiding traps disguised as liquidity, executing like a god, making profits, managing losses, withdrawal, and increasing your capital, right? So trading is a very, very large thing. It's not, it's beyond buying and selling. Trading goes beyond pressing the buy button and picking your lot size, then getting out of the trade. No, trading is a very, very wide subject. It's a very, very wide subject, right? And it is a mental game, right? And before you can depend on trading, you want to be a master. You want to have sharpened your skill. You want to have taken your time, to get familiar with the market. Because something about the market is that there's no guarantee that your money will be secure. Like you have, like the money you the money you have today, if you're not careful, that money may all be gone by tomorrow. Okay, okay. Who's this? Is there someone drawing? Okay, sorry about that. All right. Okay. So you want to be very, very, you want to be um you want to be a master of trading before you decide that, okay, I want to resign a job, I want to quit trading to focus, I want to quit whatsoever I'm doing to focus exclusively on trading, right? Seriously, and after I, okay, I'd like to just share a brief story. After I resigned from my job, you know, I I had some savings, and I took them out. Actually, I took some loans also, and I started trading, within I think that money was about 400,000 naira. And within a day that like when I started trading, was it a day or 2 days, I made about 100,000 back. Actually, I took a portion of that money. I think I took 200,000 naira and I put it in the markets and I traded, and within about a day or 2 days, I made 100,000. So I took that 100,000 and repaid part of my debt immediately. People that lent me, they were like, wow, that's impressive. I was on a roll, and within 2 weeks, I think I blew up that money. The money was gone, all my life savings, at that time, and it was gone, and it was kind of a big deal for me at that time. It was quite a challenging period because trading takes you to that dark mode, a place where you just know that, okay, you need to persist. You need to give yourself time to be patient to come out of that kind of hole, right? So you want to be careful whenever you are trading. You don't just so that time I knew that it was the right move for me to leave my job, right? But I wasn't playing by a sensible rule. I didn't have a good rule to follow. It's not like I have not learned those rules. It's just that I would say probably I was partly arrogant, you know, because that money, number one, like I always say, don't borrow money to trade. I don't think there's anything that can make me borrow money to trade now. I can't borrow money to trade. I'd rather find a gig to get source to get income and then trade. I know that, okay, I'm trading my money. I can trade it more carefully. But that was just an eye-opening experience for me, right? So and I don't want you guys to make that same mistake, right? There are times that you feel like you are ready to step out, but you have to have enough backup. Okay, I think my own my issue, my challenge, sorry, my mistake then was that yes, it was right for me to. I felt it was right for me to resign from my job, and then I dedicated myself to studying the charts, learning strategies and all, and and implementing those strategies. But I did not manage my money. If you're a forex trader, you're not just you're not in a get rich quick scheme. Don't try to do forex like a get rich quick scheme. You want to manage like a how do they describe them? Sorry. You want to manage your money. Oh, shit. Stop, sorry. You want to manage your money like a like a money manager, like a good money manager, or like a banker. Hmm? So my mistake was, yes, I at first taking part of the money to put into the market, but as I was losing, I was supposed to take a step back. Take a step back and say, okay, where is the mistake? What am I doing wrong? There are times that your projection, you must one thing about forex that you have to be flexible. Your opinions, your opinion about the market can change. It can change. No, it's not like okay, it will now change every time. No. But there are times that when you are seeing things, have a fixed risk appetite. At least depending on the amount you are trading, depending on your experience in the market, have a little risk appetite, so that you can be able to manage that risk. Don't have wide stop losses. Then I had wide loss stop losses, and in fact, having the wide stop loss was not even the issue. It was because I was adding money. I was adding positions on my small money. I was adding positions, and that proved to be the start of my downfall at that time. So you have to be very, very careful. Don't see every drop as opportunity. The amount of money you have entered, why don't you just manage it? Something happened. That was last 2 weeks and last week. Last 2 weeks, Monday, okay, there's a participant that is actually messing with some of our things. I don't know why. Please, if you're that person, I want you to be careful. Okay? Please just pay attention to the class. Like I'm getting pop-up that a participant is doing some things. Okay? All right. So I was trading a particular strategy for an account. I have different accounts that I manage, and I was using a particular strategy to trade an account, and I was trading only gold. I was trading gold exclusively on that account. And I entered a position, the thing was dropping. I entered another one on Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, I entered the last one, and thankfully, I had enough money in that account, and where I even I put my stop loss, it was about 400 pips away, but maybe 390 pips away. And I had to wait for how long? I waited from Monday of 2 weeks ago till Wednesday. That FOMC news was what actually made me that trade go up. And I ended up making about 40% on my account, on that particular account, right? On that day. But it took a lot of waiting, right? It took a lot of discipline, because if you studied gold, you are someone that trades gold, you see that okay, in 2 weeks ago, gold was consistently dropping. Like the first week of March, it bought a lot, then it was dropping consistently. I think from 2194, it's dropped to 2146, right? So it was dropping so massively, dropping, and by Wednesday of the first week, I had just stopped adding position. That's okay. I'm just going to wait for this thing to play out. And thankfully, it did by FOMC, and they brushed everything. They took it all up, and I was able to make money. Because I could have continued adding positions, on Thursday, on Friday, on Monday, or the second week, on Tuesday. But that's not how trading works. You don't, the fact that your account can accommodate adding positions does not mean that you should add positions continually. Minimize your risk. Minimize your risk. Trade like a god. Don't be greedy, right? Okay. So the time it takes for you to master each and every of these things determines if you have transitioned from a newbie to a master or to a professional, right? The time it takes for you to be able to depend on trading as your means of livelihood, you need to what? You need to take enough time. You must have dedicated enough time towards to managing each of these things. Probably there are more things that I did not add to this, but it takes time. It takes time to be a master at anything. Those who we watch on TV today, who we call the best footballers in the world and all the likes of them, they did not become like that in a single day. Some of them, they've been in the academy maybe since they were 4 years old, 5 years old, right? And by the time they become 17, they start playing, and we think, okay, they're an overnight star. No, everything takes a time, it takes process. I won't even describe myself. Yes, I can describe myself as of course, like I say, it's a self-proclamation for me to say I'm a professional trader, right? And okay, I can say that maybe based on my experience in the market, based on my results, based on how much time, how much dedication I've put to the market, and how much I've withdrawn from the market. You know, I can say that okay, I'm a professional trader, but it's still self-proclamation. There are still things I haven't yet seen. There are things I haven't yet known, right? That I will still know in the future. I'm a better trader today than I was last month, than I was in January. I tweeted something last week on my Twitter account. I said that for you to know about the market, you have to be in the market. For you to know how to trade, you have to be in the market. So that is why you have to protect your capital at all costs. Protect your capital. It is not a good practice when you make money today. hmm, you raise money today. Let's say you raise $300, and then by next week, maybe you withdraw $50 from it or $100, and then by next week that money is gone. So you have to wait for maybe another month before you come. Like all those gaps, all those lapses, there are gaps in your. It's like if you're having gaps between your time in school, right? If a student, yeah, maybe you're in JS1, and then after JS1, you took 2 years for you to come and study, to come and do JS2. You have to, go and back test. Okay, what are the things you learned in JS1? Because it has already taken 2 years for you to come back to something that is supposed to be sequential. You have taken so much of a wide gap, hmm? And it's not supposed to be. So your first duty as a trader, please, I want you to note this. Your first duty is to protect your capital. Protect your money at all costs. Protect your money at all costs. Don't lose. Don't lose. Don't lose that money. Keep it at all costs. And that's why for you to not lose that money, it means you need to minimize your risk. Minimize your risk as much as possible. Okay, I would like to get responses from you. Am I making sense? I just like to see you on the chat box. So if you are following me, I'd like to hear from you. Is it making sense? Do you understand? All right. Someone says absolutely yes. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you very much. So let's move to the next points today. How to plan your trade and to trade your plan. How to plan your trade and trade your plan. Okay. So I know you have always heard this, that you should keep a trading journal to record your thought processes and analysis for your trades, right? Keep a trading journal. I know a lot of Forex mentors have said this to you, and there's no two way about it. It's just the truth. It's the truth, right? Keep a trading journal. I just moved into a new place, and while I was packing, I saw the journals, my trading journals from 2022. I was just going through, like, I have I have about 4 or 5 within that 2022, within that 6 months of 2022, because I started learning how to trade again. That was August of 2022. Within that 4 months, between August and December, I had already exhausted 4 different journals, 4 different trading, like, all these jotters, these jotting notes for obituary and weddings, I have them. I had finished them. Then I had a journal, like all these big journal, like sermon notes, right? I had finished, like, I think I finished one of it actually. So within those period, I already have, because I was personally I was personally trying to decode things in the market, like, okay, what are my personal observations, the things I learned from my mentor, you know, all the things I record those things. And if you are going to be successful at trading, you need to give yourself time to it. When I was doing that, I was still working. I was working. I was a business manager for an e-commerce firm at that time, and I was doing both of my job equally well. Like, the sales was increasing for my personal job, and then my trading was also taking shape, right? I was learning a lot. So, but what helped me that time was all those journals that I kept, right? Now, those journals, of course, they may not be something that you will, let me say, okay, what journals help you to do is that it helps you to record your thought process, and then you gain clarity from recording it. I don't know if any of you, now this is when I would like you guys to use your mic just briefly. If there's any of you that maybe you as a student, you learn better when you write the things that maybe your lecturer is giving your lecturer is lecturing, is not really dictating notes and all, but you now start recording those things. You start writing them down. Is there anyone that gains anything, that you feel like you know better when you record, when you write down a note, from your lecture or from your own personal reading? Do you feel like you know better? Please, you can use your microphone.
So, if I may speak for myself, I will say that even watching a YouTube video,
Mm-hmm.
writing points down, I learn a lot more writing points down than just merely listening.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. Thank you, Waju. Who else? And Ayo, Benedict, Charles, who wants to talk?
Yes, sir. When you write down, you have more things to rely on than when you don't write anything. Your brain cannot contain everything at once. But when you put them down, you always go back to them, and
Okay.
you'll be able to remember what you have learned.
That's very true. That's very true. Thank you very much. Cropper. Okay.
Okay, for me, I actually enjoy, like, I gain more from my own writings. Like, if I'm reading a book,
Mm-hmm.
I almost write almost everything down, because I understand better when it's something I write. I'm able to recall it more
Mm-hmm.
more effectively, you
Yeah.
understand, than
Mm-hmm.
just reading someone else's notes or reading a textbook or something. So yes, it's very effective writing your thoughts and things
Yeah.
down.
Yeah. Yeah. That's very nice. If you're backtesting, one of the things that you want to do is to write notes down. Write things you observe. Like, I do that every week. In fact, sometimes in between weeks, like during the day, I do it too. If the market is before the market opens on Sunday evening, when it's about 7 a.m., sorry, 7 p.m., 8 p.m., that's if I don't have time on Saturday. I begin to, okay, how does the market close, observe things, then backtest, go to, okay, how this happened, what are the things, to check similarities, to check patterns, to check trends. Those things help a lot. And I write them down. Okay, what is my projection for so, 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 and so, I was telling my friends, my partners, I was telling them that was in December. I already back tested, okay, how gold is going to play out for the first quarter of 2023. I said, so of 2024, I said gold is going to enter the 2,200 zone, and whenever I make mention of things like that, they just laugh. Okay, making money is the more important thing. Yes, making money is the more important thing, but when you observe things, it gives you perspective. That's how you know that okay, you are not that when you have observed things and you jot them down and you make plans according to them, whenever you are like whenever those things play out, that's when you know that okay, you are not ordinary. Like you are not saying nonsense. You know what you are saying. It gives you confidence, right? Although analysis is different from execution, but when you are getting your analysis correctly, that's improvement. It shows improvement in some way. Now execution is what is next, right? So Gabby, I think Gabby FX raised up his hand earlier. Gabby, do you want to say something?
Yeah, I wanted to add that, like, the more you write, the more you remember.
Sure.
That than and like sometimes I understand the importance of the journal, but when you are on a losing streak, it's very difficult to keep the journal. That's my personal experience.
Okay.
So
But do you realize that whenever you're on a losing streak, it's most likely because either you are not well detailed in your journal or you stopped following the journal. Is that true?
yeah, it's true. It's true.
Mhm.
But you see, after you take the trade and you record the trade, after you exit, you have to go back to the journal to complete it. So most times after the trade doesn't go well, like it doesn't even occur to me to go back to the journal to complete it. That's one problem.
Okay. I want to note that down so that we address that. So losing streak and then journaling. All right. So I think we are going to address that probably tomorrow or during the course of this stuff, right? So thanks for bringing that up. Okay.
Thank you too.
Yeah. All right. So let's continue. And so you have to revisit your journal as much as possible. As much as you write, revisit your journal. Say there's this life hack that I've noticed, right? For you to Cropper, you're still raising up your hand. Okay. So as much as you write things down, make sure you revisit them. That is, read what you write. Go back to it. The purpose of journaling is not just to pen down your thoughts. It is also for future reference. Whenever you go back to it, I do something I try to do something. I've not been taking it as religiously as I should, but I think um, I should show more improvement in that. And this is what I do. If I go to church, of course, I write in my sermon note in the church. But a lot of people they write notes in the church and then they don't pick up that note until the next Sunday to write another thing. But what happened to the ones you've written before? You've not gone through it, you've not digested it. If you go through it and digest what you have learned before, it's going to become newer to you. So this is what I try to do. I attend Sunday services and midweek services on Wednesday. So before the midweek service, I make sure that I've gone through my sermon notes to see what I've done on what I learned on Sunday. Then before next Sunday service, what I've learned during the midweek service, I make sure I go through it, right? And it's just to make myself aware about those things, to ingest them, to make it part of my being, right? So I can reproduce it. And that's the same way you should take your trading. The analysis I make for this week, like I said, okay, for example, I said, okay, gold was going to, I think gold is going to buy for this week. That's just my analysis, and it makes me keep going back. It will make me keep going back. By tomorrow, I will see what plays out. Today I think gold bought majorly, and I'm just waiting. Okay, tomorrow what's going to happen? Is it going to break the low it has done today? I want to see how those things, I want to see what happens so that I can know, excuse me, so I can know how to plan for the rest of the week. So revisit your journal as much as possible and then follow it through. Don't be moved by impulse. And in case you are, be quick to manage your risk. Okay, people run into problems, like Mr. Gabi said, into losing streaks when they don't have a plan. And of course, there are also times that you need to sit back and observe. There are times that when I make a lot of money in the market, if I'm not careful, I'm going to lose my capital the following week if I'm not careful. Okay? So you as a trader, you want to be very, very careful in that case. You don't want to lose your capital. You don't want to lose your profits back to the market. You want to be disciplined. You want to be as disciplined as possible, right? You don't want to trade on impulse. And that's why you should have a plan for your trading. We run into issues in trading when we start picking trades on impulse, and it's not supposed to be. So you want to follow a defined path. Remember, we are considering how to trade your plan, how to plan your trade, and how to trade your plan. Okay, you follow a defined path. Don't take trades outside outside your rule, outside your comfort, outside your rule. Outside your plan. Do not take trades outside your plan. But peradventure, let's say if peradventure the human emotion kicks in, make sure that you have mitigated your loss. You have set your stop loss and don't let it be too wide. Especially for undocumented trades, you want to be careful. There are times that you feel like, oh, the market is moving. I just want to click, jump in to take advantage of, quote unquote, you take advantage of, and then the market takes advantage of you. Now, you don't want to lose so much to the market. You want to be very, very, very careful, right? So you stick religiously to following that plan to fruition for a defined period of time as to see if it really works out. If you do this, we hosted a bootcamp training in January, and really the bootcamp training stemmed from the prop firm accounts, about 7 prop firm accounts that I was just getting them and I was passing them anyhow, in fact, then I think that month I traded this funded next competition. I traded it and I won an account. I traded TFT, I won an account also. And I traded those accounts. I got withdrawals. I made withdrawals from them, and it is just because I followed a plan. That's just the honest truth. I followed a plan, and I wouldn't have known that it is possible if I had not created a plan for myself and followed through with that plan, right? So regardless of the impulse, regardless of the excitement in the market, it is just always better to follow a plan. Okay. So the next thing I want to discuss is which one is better? Trading personal funds or trading a prop firm account? Which one is better? Is it trading personal funds or trading a prop firm account? So I would like you to unmute yourself, and if you have something to say, so please, you can just raise up your hand. Raise up your hand, and I'm gonna call you. So we have about 7 minutes to the end of this class or today's class. But which one do you think is better? Is it trading personal funds or trading a prop firm account? I want suggestions. So Cropper, which do you think is
Okay.
okay?
I currently have only traded one prop firm account
Okay.
and I blew it.
All
You
right.
understand? So, and ever since I've been trading my live account, although very small amounts, but I'm just trying to use it to get momentum, find my edge. So, but I've always had this idea that if I trade, if I like where I am right now, if I actually trade a prop firm account, I might do better. But I still want to have a reasonable amount of growth on my life account before going back into prop firm. So I think trading a live account is better.
All right.
It's actually better because of psychology and some other things.
Okay. Thank you for that, Mr. Cropper. So, Oluwaseyi, which do you think is better, trading a personal account or trading a prop firm account?
So, good evening.
evening.
For me, over a period of time now, I've been trying to read and understand the rules behind a prop firm and every other thing.
Okay.
So, I haven't gone through a lot of them. I can see the pyramid scheme behind them, a lot of them. The rules are most likely set up to make you fail.
Sure.
And even when you think you've passed, you've gotten to the payout level, then they now bring out another rule that you're not even aware of. I was reading something today, and I see Cortana doing something after you've gotten to the payment level. Maybe you have like 10%. They will not tell you that you cannot earn more than 7% of the account balance itself. So whichever amount that you've earned over that amount of money, they will take it off. Then 7%, they will now give you 50% of the 7%. So if indeed you're giving us a life account, we are trading a life account. You are making money. We are making money. So why are you not giving us the money we are making in full as you planned? So it simply means that you're giving us a demo account, hoping that will fail, paying
Yeah.
us with other people's money.
Mm.
So I've just been in between that dilemma on to know exactly what to do. I've only been able to stay with Alpha Capital, though I've not even gotten an account with them yet, because those are the only ones that I'm seeing now that kind of look still a little bit sustainable to me. But away from that, I'm kind of trusting in my own capital now. Like you said, if you have a trading plan, you can start with, because I actually did one arithmetic progression. If I'm starting with even $25 and risking 10% of that money every day for 1 to 2 hours, in 2 months, in a month, I'll be having like, I think around $800. In 2 months, I'll be having like maybe I think around $15,000 or thereabout. But the problem is all of us are not too patient to grow the capital from beginning. We just want to grow. We just want to have the capital and start eating out. I think that's where the problem is coming. But for me now, at this point, if I'm not going for Alpha Capital, I'm just going with my own personal capital, no matter how small it is. I'll try as much as possible to trust my humble beginning, develop myself, and grow little by little
That's
till I
true.
get to the permanent site. That is what, and even that's one of the reasons that I actually joined the training tonight. I want to see, maybe you talk about some of these prop firm to know if there's anyone that works for you and you're able to navigate around them, because I'm seeing some will cost you $19, but please take time to go read the policy. You'll be surprised at some things that you're seeing.
That's
Be
very true.
so surprised. So
That-
surprised.
That's very true. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Shea. Thank you very much, Cropper.
You're welcome.
You've all said, talked very wonderfully. And the truth is, I won't lie to you guys. We did a boot camp training about passing your prop account and all. But you see, a lot of these prop accounts are frauds, just like they have rightfully said, right? I had a very terrible experience with one of them. So I passed an account and it became funded, and I started trading the life funded account, and the surprising thing happened. While I was still trading, I also saw that they just sent me an email that I had entered daily drawdown. Like, I was like, how possible? Like, they blocked my access to trader accounts. Like, I did not even lose. Talk less of saying that, okay, I entered daily drawdown. And they blocked me. It's one of these respectable account firms. I don't want to mention their name. And it was just, so I had to contact their support. They did that thing twice before the minimum trading day was reached. That was 10 days. They did this about 2 or 3 times that they tried to, as they saw that I was making progress with the account, they were just trying to block, to make me quit trading that account altogether. And thankfully, I was just on their neck. Like I was going to press their neck. Like, okay, guy, I did not breach anything. In fact, when it was time for me to, on the minimum, the day that it was the minimum trading day, I also that I could not even access my dashboard. Like, and I had to contact them. It was about after 3 days that I was able to, it was rectified, and then I was able to make withdrawal. And that was the last time I traded that Forex, that's proper, I got an account from them and traded. Because just like Mr. Sheyi said, a lot of these prop firm accounts are, they're pyramid schemes. There are pyramid schemes, and even your life, the supposed life account, the life funded account, is still a demo account. So when they see you making money, they want to steal from you. So you have to be very, very careful, do your findings. Personally, of course, I traded a prop firm account. Myself and my friend, we traded a prop firm account, and we made a lot of money. That was January. January is the last time I've traded a prop firm account. Okay, sorry. I still traded one February. Yeah. So although I have not, let me see, personally for me, I've been trading more of my funded account, my own funds, right now, and I've been making a lot of money from my funds. So I'm not impressed by prop firms accounts, but I understand the reason why people need to trade them. So if you are going to trade prop firm accounts, from a personal standpoint, I also think you have to be willing to fight a war, go to war with them in case they want to mess with you. And then a lot of their policies are very unfavorable to the trader, so you want to be very, very careful that you know how to fight for your rights. That's one. And then you know how to sorry, what was I saying? You know how to fight for your rights, and then you know how to manage your risk effectively. Okay, someone says the network is messing him up. Nice effect. Sorry about that. Okay, so trading personal funds or prop firm accounts, it depends on your goal, on your skill, and the amount of funds at your disposal, right? So, I have traded, there was a time I was very broke, and all I had was 50,000 Naira. And within the week, I made 106,000 Naira from it. And then again, I made, there was a time I turned 50,000 Naira to how much? I made about 460% on it. That's about 220 something thousand, 230 something thousand rather, that I made from that account, right? And that was within a week or two of my own personal account. Yeah, you can make the same amount. I've made withdrawals from prop firm. Let me tell you the truth. Depending on the capital you have on the prop firm, and yes, if God helps you and it goes smoothly, if you make your withdrawal, it's going to be big, it's going to be huge, right? Prop firms have the advantage for if you're able to get to funded and you trade it successfully to get to make withdrawal, you are going to make a lot of money. That's just the truth. Right? Remember, it's in dollars. You're going to make a lot of money even after they have removed their charges, all these their nonsense. They have removed it. You're going to make a big sum of money. But in case you don't want to go through the emotional stress of daily drawdown and all those things, trading your personal account is also good, right? You can make money from it easily. So please and please, I would like you to take cognizance of that. If you don't have much on you, or you have extra change that you can spare, you can get a proper account, a good proper account, right, and trade. So but above all, the most important skill is to know how to trade properly. Either it is a personal account or a prop firm account. You want, the best thing is just to know how to trade properly, know how to manage your risk, know how to make wise decisions, right? And how do you trade properly? You have a plan, only execute a trade when your indicators show when your indicators give you the green light, and then manage your risk effectively. All right, so I think that's how we wrap up today's class. And we're going to continue tomorrow by God's grace. And hopefully, we're going to cover a lot more ground tomorrow. So thank you very, very much for your time. Do we have any questions? Can we entertain maybe one or two questions before we call it a night? If you have any question, you can shoot, please. Okay, Cropper has a question. All right.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you for the education. I currently, the way I'm trading, because I've only learned like with Sadiqo,
Okay.
not personally, like that's the only his boot camp is the only forex trading boot camp I've attended. His courses are the only courses I've learned from. That is right from BTMM to the two-line method. And actually there was a time he was advising, getting a source of income to manage your funding, your forex trading journey. You understand? So, and I follow that. But right now, I don't know if it's just me. I just feel like I'm not trading with the mentality to make money right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why is that?
I'm trading to, I don't know why actually. I just feel like maybe because of what I've heard people saying it took years. So I don't want to rush the journey. I just want to go with it slowly. But I don't know, it's kind of affecting me in a way. So do you think I should at least develop a little bit of hunger for the money, or I should just continue as I'm going? Because the way I'm going, I think it's going to take a little bit longer. Yes, I'm observing my mistakes. I'm reorganizing my trading plan, my setups and everything. You understand? But I have a feeling that it might make my progress a little bit slower, since I'm not really concerned if I lose, like if I really lose.
Okay.
Because yes, I'm trading live account, but sometimes I just trade, okay, let me see the mistakes I will make. And even if I blow the $20, $30, I don't feel too moved. So I don't know, should I develop a hunger to make that profit now,
I think,
or I should just continue as I am?
I get your point. And yeah, how would I say it? Number one, you don't want to waste your money. That's the first thing. You don't want to be a waster of resources. But at the same time, you don't want to be greedy. You don't want to focus on the money aspects. You want to be a proficient trader. So I understand what you're saying very well. One thing you have to know how to, when to draw the line. Let me just put it that way. You have to know when to draw the line. You have to know when to manage your emotion and your thinking process, right? Yeah, there are times that you have to trade like that, but it should just be for a short time, right? Of
Okay,
course,
sir.
the more important thing is your experience, what you gain, your skill that is sharpened. See, if your skill is sharpened in this market, if your skill is sharpened in this industry, you are going to make money. That's just the truth. You are going to make money. You are going to make money. That's just the truth. So you want to, but if you are developing your skill, you want to make sure that it is fast also. I think that's shared. I think around December, when we co-hosted a space with him, and he shared his experience. It took him less than a year or so for him to have everything that he has, for him to make so much money from Forex. He dedicated time to it. And it's something that anybody can do. Anybody can do it. Just give yourself fully to this thing. And You can fasten your process. It doesn't have to take 5 years, 10 years. It doesn't have to take 2 years if, right? What I do,
Yeah.
there was a period in my life, between last year and actually it's still happening, but it's not maybe as common as it used to be, that I was on the chat almost 24/7. Like I had no hobbies. Maybe my hobby is maybe I go to church and then maybe I play chess on my phone. The rest is just looking at the movement, the chart movement, looking at different the chart patterns, the bigger time frame, the smaller time frame. I want to see the relationships, and those periods really sharpened me, and it helps me to make money subsequently, right? And whenever I
Okay,
lose,
sir.
like I almost spot, why I lost the money. What like maybe you are just overconfident about some things that you are supposed not to be overconfident about, right? So you pay attention to sharpening your skill, right? And
Yeah.
and really, instead of losing money, you can actually practice those things on demo. Just have the mindset that you are doing the same thing as you do with your money, do it with demo. Instead of wasting your money into the market, right? So manage your stuff very well, please. And if there is anything, any observation that you have made in the market and you play it on demo, you can replicate the same experience on your live account, right? Doesn't mean that you will not lose. You might still lose, but at least you know that you have taken advantage of demo to practice what you are trying to achieve, and you've achieved something. So I won't like to further this class any longer so that we won't waste each other's time. So thank you very much for coming here today, and we meet again tomorrow by God's grace. See you by 9 p.m.
Thank
tomorrow.
you very much, sir. Bye-bye. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, bye.